I just want it to stop.
They've done it again. NASCAR. They just love it. It's like, what's the saying about like predators? They get that small taste of blood and they want it. They're addicted to it. They want it for the rest of their lives. It's NASCAR. They get that one taste of those penalties back last year with the L2s from Keselowski, and they've gone insane since then. Okay, yeah. I know that there's new rules and stuff, and a lot of people are bending the rules, and in these cases, breaking the rules. But NASCAR has handed out more penalties in the last 2 years than I can remember, honestly. They're going penalty crazy. Yes, but it is for good reason. Denny Hamlin talked about it on his podcast. He said it is for the integrity of the sport, and I would agree with him. But NASCAR has handed out another points penalty, this time to Erik Jones and the Legacy Motor Club team. Well, this one is not as extreme as last week with Chase Briscoe and Stuart Haas Racing. That was like almost the death penalty of NASCAR, I think someone called it. They lost 120 points, 25 playoff points, fined $250,000, and the crew chief was suspended for 6 races. So yeah, that was the mother of all penalties, if that was the thing. Whereas the other penalties, they've been pretty extreme, but nothing quite like that. This one is a big hurt, though. Erik Jones, he was still kind of a long shot to make the playoff picture. He was 68 points behind the cutoff line, and he slim chance to point in, but most likely would need a win. Well, now he needs a win. He sits 128 points behind the cutoff line. Let's look at the penalty report. NASCAR penalized the number 43 Legacy Motor Club team with an L1 level infraction following the Cup Series race on Sunday at Worldwide Technology Raceway near St. Louis. The Chevrolet, driven by Erik Jones, was found to have a modified greenhouse in post-race inspection, according to a NASCAR spokesperson. The result of the penalty is the loss of 60 points and 5 playoff points for the team and driver. NASCAR also suspended crew chief Dave Elenz for the next 2 races and fined him $75,000. The section referred in the NASCAR rulebook was 14.1, Overall Assembled Vehicle Rules, and 14.1.2.B, Engineered Change Log. It is the same issue the sanctioning body found on 2 Hendrick Motorsports cars earlier this year. The greenhouse is the top portion of the Cup Series car, including the roof, plus the front and rear glass. Everything from the top of the doors upward. Modifications to this area would be made by teams in an attempt to gain an aerodynamic advantage. So, yes, once again, someone trying to get an aerodynamic advantage. And once again, a team that has not been running too well this year. Usually last year when we saw it happen to Kevin Harvick, and he was running top 10 in points, I think. We saw it happen to who else? Keselowski and McDowell, which they were mid-pack last year. And then this year we saw it happen to Hendrick Motorsports twice. And Austin Dillon, I think, got hit with it. So NASCAR's hit they've hit a variety of teams this year. They've hit the front runners like Hendrick. They've hit some mid-pack guys like Austin Dillon. Now they've hit some more back of the pack like Chase Briscoe and Erik Jones. The whole field. Nobody is safe from NASCAR's penalty wrath. Yes, they are breaking the rules. I don't know if Legacy is going to appeal. I have not heard anything yet. Nothing yet from Legacy Motor Club on if they are going to appeal the penalty. But yes, as they said, the NASCAR statement said, similar to the Hendrick Motorsports penalty in terms of what was wrong, and it's the same penalty, 60 points, 5 playoff points, fine, crew chief gets suspended a couple of races, so they're being consistent in the punishment, once again, just like they did last week. But NASCAR, once again, handing out a pretty big penalty. 60 races is a full race. That is the majority of points you can get in a race. And to get 60 points in a race, you have to win the race and win both stages. So that is what 60 points is worth. The 5 playoff points, obviously, that's a race win or 5 stage wins, whatever it may be. But yeah, a pretty big hit for Erik Jones and Legacy Motor Club. It seems like their season, it's been a terrible season, and it just continues to get worse. Whether it's penalties, crashes, whatever it may be, they've just had a terrible 2023, and they're counting down the days till the transition to Toyota. But yeah, just a big hit for them, a big hit for Legacy Motor Club. NASCAR once again saying that they are not screwing around. It doesn't matter who you are, but their penalty rampage continues, I guess. But once again, it's for good reason. When these teams agreed on the next-gen car, they agreed to have single-source parts, to have these suppliers supply the parts, and you can't touch them. You can't adjust them. You can't add on to them. You can't modify them in any way, shape, or form. And some teams have tried their best to bend the rules to see what they could get away with, and some teams have been hit pretty hard, as we see. And this is one of the lighter ends of a penalty, a 60-point penalty. So obviously could have been worse, but they only modified. They didn't come up with counterfeit parts like SHR, but more penalties. I can't wait to see what the next one is. But yeah, no mercy by NASCAR. JGR's been hit. They got the win taken away. Does that count as a post-race penalty? But yes, it seems like that's the only penalty from the penalty report that is worth talking about. Other stuff is like lug nuts, I think, from the truck series. But yeah, nothing else. But just a quick video on another penalty in NASCAR. If there's any more, I will obviously let you know. We'll see what happens. We're going to have an off week next week. I can't wait to see who gets penalized for the off week. No, just kidding. But NASCAR going on the penalty rampage. But we'll see. We'll see if there's more. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. And I'll see you in the next video. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. It's been a busy morning.